Hey.
Hi.
Hi. We always start like this, and you're like, where is everybody at?
I know.
Chris is probably watching.
Yeah, he's probably the one.
Mm-hmm. Chris is probably in
Our
the back.
biggest supporter.
Thanks, Chris. Welcome back. We back in the house.
Season 3.
Episode number 21.
Really?
We have 10 episodes.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm really loving this hoop thing. I think you might have found your new thing. Do you want hoops with your name on it?
Would love that.
Oh, I just follow this girl who makes them.
But I need them to be real gold because I have very sensitive ears, just like the rest of my body.
Ooh. Is that a plug?
No, I'm just saying my body is I have lashes popping up everywhere. Okay. So I can't. So as soon as I take these off, I'm gonna probably break out.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we have tons of fun today. We have Still I Rise, and I'm not going to do any Mac moments. And
what are we doing over there? Are you okay?
Yeah, I am okay. We'll talk about it another time. But we're going to have Marquita's Hot Topics, and then we're going to have a special guest that I'm really excited about. Do you want to tell everybody who it is?
Yes. So my sister is in love with an author by the name of Kiki Swenson. Is that how you pronounce her last name? Yeah. Yes. She has told me multiple times about this lady. And I have not read any of the books, but I'm excited to have her on as well because, I'm probably going to read a book or several or her entire series after.
You won't be able to put it on.
Yeah. And so we're having her on. She is a bestseller. So this is very big for us.
Mm-hmm. It's a way to start 2021, though. It's a great way to start.
Yeah, it's a great way to kick it off. She is a renowned, that sounds good, a renowned bestseller author. And we are so excited to have her. So we will have her on a little later. So stay tuned for that. Anything else, Tasha? Everything okay over there?
No, everything is not okay. I'm a mom and my dog is going haywire. My 15-year-old, my son has had a birthday since I've seen you guys last. My 15-year-old is trying to catch the dog. So this is all going on. But that lighting is just amazing. Do you want to talk about your lighting?
Well, I would first like to say, yes, thank you for the lighting. Lighting is sponsored by Tasha Mack. But I think it has something to do with my makeup.
Oh, let's talk about it real quick.
So I wear milk makeup because I have sensitive skin. And it's it's free of everything. It's just great for you. And it goes on like butter. And so apparently it's working. I've been really learning how to highlight and contour. That's why my nose looks rather skinny right here. Look at that. I did that. In other news, this is my new hoodie.
On Patreon, you should show me how to do that.
Okay, girl, I can do that. Tell people about Patreon.
Oh, so Patreon is a place that you guys will be able to go on and see behind the scenes of us. You'll be able to see special things like Cooking with Kenny. That's something new that we're going to have, where we're going to have an actual chef who's also a very close friend of mine, who is going to show us how to cook some things. And it's all virtual. I'll be in my kitchen. Danielle will be in her kitchen. And yeah, you know, it's gonna be fun, and you'll get to see different little things. So we're gonna do I think like an after dark Patreon too. So we might have some interesting girl talk stuff. That should be fun. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. You'll be able to subscribe. You'll be able to subscribe. Like we're watching our Hot Topics girl backstage, y'all. She is a trip.
Getting ready. She getting show ready
for y'all. Okay. So yeah, Patreon is gonna be pretty dope. Tell me about your hoodie real quick.
Okay, so my hoodie, I don't know if you can see, I'm just gonna pan down. It's tarot cards, but it says no justice, no peace, and the lady holding the card. So I ordered this hoodie from this girl in Richmond. I don't know her name. I ordered a hoodie and a shirt, and it's just so cute. And I thought this was a perfect segue to our Still I Rise moment, if that's okay with you.
Boom.
Okay, so I don't know where the people at today. I invited a bunch of people. Where y'all at?
Dang, that's okay. See, okay. There goes Moonlight. Woo!
I can always depend on Nita.
You get real salty real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. So basically, the Still I Rise moment today is to talk about the storm on the Capitol, y'all. What are you doing?
Marquita text me.
Yeah, I said, I don't know what's going on with her sister. Y'all don't know what's going on with her sister because she ain't my sister today. Y'all. She's usually the prepared one. I don't know.
It's not my fault. It's her fault.
Is it?
Yes, I'm ready now. Go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, we're talking about the Capitol, the storm on the Capitol. Tasha, what do you have to say about it? Are you prepared?
It's a hot mess. Okay. Yeah, I'm prepared. It's a mess. I actually
Tell
think
people a little bit about it, or would you like me to?
Well, go ahead. Since it's your moment, you go ahead and tell people, and then I'll respond.
Okay, so basically, President Trump sent out a bullhorn call to all the Trumpsters, the Trumpelicans, to go and storm the Capitol. You know, be a real patriot and storm the Capitol. So what did they do? They stormed the Capitol, and they were climbing up walls, y'all. It was like Circus Soleil. And I mean, have you ever been to Circus Soleil? I took Elijah one time to Michael Jackson's Circus Soleil. It was amazing, and it was amazing to watch this happen. All the Black people were just sitting back, like, wow.
Anita actually sent me a text message. That's when I knew it was real. No, she didn't send me a text message. Anita, close big sister of ours, she posted on her Facebook page of this Caucasian gentleman with his feet up in the Capitol.
He's arrested. He has been arrested.
So, I have so many questions. Like, how do you get that far in the Capitol?
Well, let me tell you, I have an inside scoop. I didn't even tell her this, y'all. I rode home in a Lyft last night by a person who stormed the Capitol. Yes.
What do you say? He was a Trumpster. What did you say?
It was a lady.
Okay. How did you feel?
We was like on the same wavelength for a minute. We was talking about the lady who got killed, about the vaccines. It's like a whole thing where this lady was killed because she was telling people, be mindful of the vaccines. And that was a Caucasian lady. And it was like setting stuff up at her house, and they was watching her. The government was a whole mess. So we was like, yeah, we was really vibing. And then she said, she was like, girl, my friend called me and said, let's go to the Capitol. And I was like, ooh. She is not a part of the tribe. And so I was like, wait a minute. I was like, you went? And she was like, yes. And she was like, it was so peaceful. I said, what, girl? They were storming the Capitol. She was like, they were storming it. It wasn't a storm. It was very kumbaya. We were praying. And
we were climbing the walls.
Girl, that's what I told her. I was like, girl, they was climbing the walls. That was all over the news. And she was like, no, the police let them in. They were saying, welcome, come on in. But now I will say this. I did say, well, girl, it did look like they let y'all in. And so I was like, so she was like, what'd she say? So she was like, yeah, the media is really, they just want you to see one thing. And I said to her, you know what? You are absolutely right. I'm a Black Lives Matter protester, and I protested multiple times, and they show what they want to show, on the media. Girl, she looked like she was like,
"Oh, she's wrong car."
And who was driving me? She was, and it was a luxury lift.
Oh, not an LX.
I said, I have had a stressful trip back to Virginia. I'm going back to Atlanta in style. But I said, yes. Actually, that's not the reason. It was cheaper to get a luxury lift. Neither here nor there. And so the whole point is,
I don't believe nothing that you just said.
It was a luxury lift though.
But I don't pay extra for it. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, no. I had a promo code. It was the whole thing. So anyway, the whole thing is they were she was saying they were painting it to be a certain picture, but I wanted to let her know that Black people we are not foreign to the idea of somebody painting something to be different than it totally is. I thought that was interesting, but she gave me a lot of information. She said the military planes was all up in the sky. She watches like military travel and how they stole Nancy Pelosi's laptops. It was just a mess.
Girl, we just sat back and watched, but then at the end of the day, it was so disrespectful. Because if it was us, that was a whole nother storyline.
So question, were you more disrespected by the fact that if it was us, that it would be a different storyline, or the fact that they were storming the Capitol? Do you really care about the Capitol?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I really care about the Capitol. But to be very honest, that's disrespectful. Who has time for that? So you stormed the Capitol, then what?
Well, it was a revolution, Tasha.
I understand, but did they get anything done by it?
No. Well, their point was to stop the votes. You know, that was their point. It wasn't.
I understand.
It wasn't. Is everybody
Biden the president?
Huh?
Is Biden the president?
Yeah, yes. But the point was to stop the electoral votes, you know.
I know. Did they do it?
Counting. No, because the people said, we still gonna show up. And Dad said that they were there till 4 a.m.
It's just a mess. It's almost like we're in a Twilight Zone.
But it's all started by this man named Hawley. I don't know what state he's from. Did you know that? Start by that man named Hawley. He was just objecting. See my girl Kelly Loeffler, who was right here in Atlanta, who lost. She went ahead and conceded. She said, "Okay, fine. I'm gonna take my vote, and it's fine. I'm just going." What is Marquita doing?
That's what she did. That's what we do. It's something we do. Yes.
So yeah, that's what. But are you shocked about my little inside scoop?
Yeah, I'm very shocked that you withheld that information.
Held it, y'all. I was like, ooh, no. I want the shock value.
How could you look at me today without telling me?
I told Mom and Dad as soon as I got out the car.
Wow, what did Dad say?
He was like, "What?" He was like, "Oh my gosh!" But he was like, "But he didn't know about the laptop until today." So maybe something.
What we try not to do is speak to the comments, but I will speak on, one of our loyal watchers.
Girl. I don't know. He is a loyal watcher, and I've had beef with him, but I'm open to conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah, and one of our loyal watchers mentioned that we should just let white people beef, and to be very honest, I feel like we did. I think we did. Like, get the popcorn. I had CNN on. My grandma was here. She was watching it. She can't hear, so it was up to like 40. But
grandma had an episode. This is just what I was telling the Lyft driver. I was like, girl, my grandma woke up and she was like, they taking over the Capitol. And I was like, girl, that was days ago. Girl, over. I was like, we here in Virginia, they ain't take over this house.
Girl, we got.
I was like, girl, she was like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, girl, this is a flashback. Today's like, girl, it's crazy, girl, but it don't got nothing to do with us.
I know that's right. Very good, very good. So it's about that time for Marquita to come on with some hot topics.
Wait, let me do my little commercial. I'm gonna make a new commercial for season 3. It'll probably be between the middle of season 3 though, because it takes me forever to do things. So
like clips. We don't even have those.
We don't do clips no more. New season. New season, no clips. Okay.
Damn, the timing.
Stop now, because y'all cutting into my time. Y'all know y'all love to cut sister off.
You what?
Don't be trying to. We ain't got no time for chit chat now.
Okay, come on, go ahead.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
So hot topics. Just I hope you gave that damn Lyft driver a 1-star luxury hell. We don't. I hope you gave her a 1-star.
I didn't tip her, but y'all, I had to be kind of friendly to her because I wanted to make sure she got me back here and not up in North Georgia hanging from the tree.
That is when keeping it real goes all the way wrong. You get in a car with a Trumpster, bruh. I'd be like, bruh. Matter of fact, I thought about it. I don't want to go home. Can you just stop me right here? I'll call it.
She was like, she pulled up to my apartment. Oh, you live here? Yes, ho, I live here.
She all in your business, girl. Where do you live?
We don't want to cut into your time, so please.
It's okay because I just came up here to be petty with this whole Capitol thing. I would just like to say to all the Republicans, nanny boo boo, stick your head and do this. Red, you pee in the bed. What else can I think of? Cheeto dust. You all fall down. That's it. That's all.
What they say? That's what my mom and them say. My name is Bennett. I ain't it.
And my name is Paul, and that's between y'all. Y'all white folks got to work this out between y'all. Get y'all peoples. Round up the trailer park and get y'all peoples. Oh,
they were crawling up walls.
The caucasity of it all is they have a nerve to be they are very upset. Their flights is getting canceled. Shout out to the airlines that's canceling their flights. Revoking, I think Olive Garden revoked somebody's unlimited pasta. I'm here for all.
Are you serious?
Yes, you hear me?
I am all here for the petty.
No, you cannot have any more bread.
Right,
Because that's crawl up that wall.
They said no more unlimited pasta for y'all. Y'all, you won't use our carbs to climb up the Capitol. That's what you won't do. That's what Olive Garden said.
Look, it's not a bad thing.
Right, you're not getting unlimited nothing here. Y'all are limited, and that's pretty much the premises of everything that's going on. White folks, y'all have been limited. We are limiting y'all. Olive Garden is limiting y'all. The FBI is looking for y'all. Like hide in your nearest trailer park. I don't know where y'all gonna hide at. They gonna find you. What you should have did was you should have took that lady picture of her life to the FBI.
Had your wife. Remember the man?
Yeah.
Had your kids. Had your wife.
Y'all go ahead, hide your raccoons and hide your possums. They coming for y'all. What you should have did was you should have took that lady picture and her license plate number and reported her to the FBI because they looking for her. That's what you should have called. You should have got your Lyft ride for free. How much is the reward for the trial? You would have got your Lyft ride for free.
No, but she said she didn't go in. She said she didn't go in.
That's what she told you. At that point, she already found out who you were?
Who was I?
You are the enemy.
Right. BLM protester. You just told us that.
Yeah.
The lady probably mad now. She probably should have been like, I should have scared her and put the child lock on. She probably mad.
Y'all, I almost broke her trunk because I was like, what is? I was like hitting the button and I'm like,
did you say you almost broke her trunk? Or did you say you
almost broke her trunk? And I told Mom, I was like, it was a Genesis. Mom was like, that's a Hyundai. Here go my mama. She Princess Diana, y'all. That's a Hyundai. I was like, ooh, what's it? She was like, Yes, I was like, well, they said it was luxury. She was like, that's their luxury. I was like, okay, girl.
Oh,
These
God.
not look. That wasn't the pickup trucks that they used to, so that was luxury for them.
Oh, Uncle Chris did a Martin Luther King. I love that.
Okay. Danielle Davis. Okay. Out to the people. Afina Cross. I got a whole bunch of you. Want to keep going? Afina Cross.
No, Marquita.
Danielle Davis.
What's up next, Marquita?
Okay. We done talking about them. That was one of my hot topics. I just came here to be petty because them fools is out of control. Something that went off. Some little, you know how to.
I'm so glad it's over.
Yeah, it's like, you know how the dogs got the whistle that they're the only ones that hear. Something went off in these white folks' head and they just gone mad. Something went wrong in the lab. I don't know what's going on, but they're going crazy. They're going mad. Let's see. Oh, I just have some few little fun stuff here. So congratulations, finally, that baby Yaya Mayweather done had her baby, honey. And I'm just so happy. She just looks so miserable, so tight. I'm just so glad she released the baby. So it's been a lot of babies being born. Nicki Minaj posted a picture of her little baby. He's so cute. He's just so cute. Bow Wow finally told us the name of his little baby boy that he, you know what I'm saying, was hiding in the cut.
He has a baby boy?
Yes, he has a baby boy. You know, he did a little preview. You know, he was with a baby. It popped up on his stories, and you know how everybody try to be social media secretive, and they just want their life is just so important. They gotta hide everything.
But it popped up on the story.
Huh?
That's that secretive, but it popped up on the story.
Because, you know, the story disappears. So could it be his baby? Was he babysitting? We don't know. Tune in to the next season of Instagram. It was just so you just never know what people gonna do. So yeah, his baby name is Stone.
That's it.
I guess little Bow Wow was taken, but it wasn't really creative. I don't know why they kept that information from us. I think it's like Stone Jeremiah Moss.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's the baby middle name. It's not spelled like the Jeremiah that we know. It was like a G instead of a J, but you know, everybody want to get creative these days. I hope he can find a job with that name. Who else? So Tommy in sad relationship news, LaToya Luckett and her husband, Tommy, they announced that they were getting a divorce. I think a lot of us seeing that coming.
Why, Marquita? What?
I don't know. I don't know even why he brought it up. Both of them just dry. So I don't. This was just something. He came. He showed us a little personality because he said to all her friends and family that did not like him, he said he ain't like your stinking ass neither. So I guess people are a little bit happy. I mean, there were some rumors about him cheating on her, and
yeah, because I thought they had already broke up. I thought that was already done.
They separated and they were gonna work through some things. But hey, maybe tune into the next season of the Family Hustle. We may see something different. I think they was on Family Hustle with T.I. and Tiny and all them. So they might have had to do something because they were about it. They was dry. They was Popeye biscuits dry. In positive relationship news, Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan confirmed their relationship. And the internet is going crazy because everybody wants to know what Lori Harvey's prayer was, because you know she been in the status of elite dating. And here's what I have to say about this girl is dating. I don't want to know her. Y'all shouldn't want to know her prayer yet because she's dating. She has not locked nobody down. We won't wait till she lock them down, and then we can ask her and see her what prayer they use. Until then, this little girl is just dating.
Marquita, that's going to be next topic, and we're going to bring Marquita back for that whole segment. That's just make an executive decision, Tasha, if you're okay with that, to talk about the premise of what dating is, and we can base it off of Lori Harvey.
Yeah, she's young. She's having fun. This is what she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And this is Lori Harvey. She got money to where she in the club with Future. She's at premieres with Michael B. Jordan. That's where her money at, y'all. Y'all act like, you know what I'm saying? She's not gonna just be dating just any regular schmegular person. I mean, her stepfather is Steve Harvey. She's not too far from her crowd. So y'all don't need to know her prayer. Y'all need to sit down and stick to the neighborhoods that you frequent. Okay. Right. Go ahead and just mind your business. It looks like the Ashanti and Keisha Cole versus has been postponed. At this point, I'm just willing for somebody to just play their CDs back to back. At this point, somebody just got to do something to make this versus happen. Now they're saying
it's never gonna happen. That's how I feel.
Now they're saying that they want to go back to being in separate areas for the verses due to COVID. And it was just like, y'all could have did something with that 3 weeks ago when she had COVID.
Right.
Could have been practicing because she did hit her story and sang a little Keisha Cole. So she might have taken this time to get with a vocal coach so that she could just hit that little snippet of Keisha Cole's song. We don't know what she was doing with her time. It seemed like she used it very wisely to hit the little bit of Keisha Cole. She know to cut that video off before she hit that next note, though. I know that part. They jumped to her song. But when it was getting good, it wasn't Keisha Cole's song. It just jumped to her song. So hopefully one of these days, we'll have a Keisha Cole Ashanti versus.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. In other relationship news, this was something else that everybody wanted to talk about on that was so beautiful. So I guess Fabulous penned this heartfelt message about in his younger days being, now he in a relationship and yada 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 and blah blah blah. Let me tell you something about these lyricists writing these heartfelt messages to the girls that they done dogged out. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute.
Still with Emily? Is he talking about somebody else?
He is still with Emily, but he penned like this message. It was something to the effect of, in my younger days and my rapper days, and now I'm home and this is where I want to be. Yeah, I would want to be with somebody too after I done dogged them out and they still stayed. That is not, ladies. Look,
his was bad. Remember, like the fight, and he knocked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to be with her because she needs to be on your dental plan, Fabulous. It's only right. It's only right for you to do that. It's only right at this point in time. She done gave you 3 children. You didn't. They sound like a Christmas song. Gave me 3 children, knocked out 2 teeth, and a partridge in a pear tree. Fabulous. We do not care that now you want to talk about how being in the streets is lame and settling down and loving somebody is not. Y'all, that rappers always want to come with these inspirational quote. Y'all are lyricists. This is supposed to sound good. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype.
I'm with that.
I'm with that too. And y'all got, but you just gotta find a middle ground. You're no Emily.
Find the middle. No.
But you're no Lori Harvey. So you gotta find a middle ground. You gotta, like I said, stick to the neighborhoods that you are used to. And you know what I'm saying? And have standards and aim high. But just don't be looking for the wrong thing, because the wrong thing will come out there and it's gonna get you and it's gonna bite you in the ass, and then 14 years later it'll be writing a post about how wonderful you are. 14 years later.
Do you think she was happy about that?
I think now
she's happy about that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? After all that happens and then you post this, I don't mean no harm, but for all we know, they don't even talk in the same house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. You don't know. At this point, she didn't stay this long through all of the embarrassment. Girl, just take your prize and go.
Like, please, you have to take your little participation trophy and go on about your business
I
because
like her. Is
I
it
do
true? Where is
too.
she from?
she here.
No, I think she's
Norfolk?
from here or something.
From Norfolk.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that. We don't want to give any false information.
Oh, I like Emily. She probably
I love Emily.
she probably should have went to church with Sierra when Sierra did her prayer for Russell Wilson. She probably should have been.
Oh my gosh, she was raised in Norfolk, Virginia.
I told you.
Is her last name Bustamante?
Yeah.
She's a fashion designer. She was born. Wait, hold on. Sorry, she was born in New York City, and raised in Norfolk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm definitely. It's nothing against her at all. I just
I know. So it's 8:00, y'all.
Well, I guess that's my time to go, guys.
I'm sorry, Marquita. I got your segment a little short today.
It's okay.
It was a good segment.
It was a good segment. I'll be back here Monday. Whatever I missed this Monday, I'm gonna talk about it next Monday.
Please do.
I'm here, y'all. I'm here.
Okay. Well, thank you, Marquita, and we will see you next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
So that was great. Lots of hot topics and stuff I didn't know. I'd have to look at this whole fabulous thing because I didn't even read it. I haven't seen it. Okay, so it's time for our special guest. We are introducing Kiki Swenson. Very near and dear to me. Backstory. Like Danielle said, I was in love with the Wifey series books. I was reading them like really quickly. Like when I was young, my mom used to buy me books and I would read them in a day. And then when I got in touch with this whole Kiki thing and I started going through this Kiki phase, I was reading the book like a day and a half. It was really bad because, I couldn't afford that at the time. I was a little younger. I'm not going to say my age, but I was a little younger when I read the Wifey series. And I was like, girl, and they just couldn't come quick enough. They was just so good. So if don't nobody know, you guys need to check it out. But anywho, I'll let her talk about it. She's known for writing Wifey, Playing Dirty series, best-selling author. She sold over 2.4 million books, shows no signs of slowing down. And I have tons of them upstairs that I need to read because I'm addicted to buying her books and not reading them no more. And it's up to here. So I'm going to read some tonight. All right, I'm about to let her in. Do you have anything to say before I let her in?
No, I'm just really excited to meet this lady because my sister is a true fan, y'all. She was fanning out. She was worried she wasn't gonna show up. I'm like, girl, wait a minute. I was like, chill out.
Kiki loves me. The good news is I got to meet Kiki about 2 years ago. And so since then, we've stayed in contact. So I'm the blessed individual that not only has a favorite author, but I get to know my favorate author. So it kind of works out.
That's pretty cool. So let's bring her on in.
Hey.
You are so funny. Thank you guys.
Hey, Kiki girl.
What's going on, ladies? What's going on?
Nothing. So glad to have you here.
I didn't hear you. What you say?
So glad to have you here. Thank you for coming because my sister was going to have a heart attack if you didn't.
You tell all my business. You tell all my business, y'all. Go ahead, Danielle.
So tell us a little bit about yourself for the people who don't know who you are other than my sister's favorite author. Give us a quick snippet.
So you guys are actually related, biological sisters, siblings?
We are. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, let me just say this real quick. There is absolutely no way I could work with my sister. She is, oof. Y'all must have a special relationship.
We do.
Yeah, and I'm 10 years older than my sister, and she is a brat, and I don't have time for it. Like seriously, like she is a brat. Like,
well, we hope the little sister is
in her 30s, and I feel sorry for her relationship she's in because she's always needy and You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's good that you guys have a really
Listen,
good
hold on, wait a
relationship.
minute. I'm just gonna talk on behalf of the little sisters everywhere. Listen, it takes a special person to be a little sister. We often have to play in the background. We always get the second hand. Yes.
Terrible. Terrible.
It takes a special person to be a big sister. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
It takes-
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dive in. I'm Kiki Swinson. I'm a convicted felon. I'm crazy as hell. No, but seriously, yeah. I am a convicted felon. You know, I went to prison back in the day for 5 years, federal prison for being a trafficker, drug trafficker. Did 5 years in federal penitentiary. I came home and God changed my life, just turned it all the way around. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I can go in depth about it, but yeah, that's it. That, you know, you can see okay, I'm in my 40s. I'm from Virginia. I live in Maryland now. And I've sold a lot of books. Just like you said, Tasha, I've sold, it's close to 2.5 million now. And I'm just so grateful, you know, that I can still get royalty checks from books that I wrote back in 2009 and 2005, you know. Being an author is, you know, in the beginning, it was just, you know, who gets paid to do what they want to do, you know? And I thank God for that because I grew up, and you guys are going to read this too when my book comes out. It's called How I Became Wifey. I grew up in a, you know, single, you know, family environment. My mother was poor. She went from one jacked up relationship to the other. And I used to look at her when I was a teenager, you know, and I said to myself way back then, I said, I'm like 12 or 13 years old. I'm saying to myself, like, I don't want to be like her, you know, like, you know, some women have special relationships with their mother, and they want to be like their mother, but it was different for me. So again, you know, being raised up in a single family home, I caught the, you know, that you know how people say they caught a contact, you know, when someone is smoking, you know, weed around them. I developed a no nonsense attitude about men in an early age. And I had my daughter, I was a teenage mother. I had my daughter at 17. And and it's crazy because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to be like her. And I was running away from that, trying to, you know, run into the opposite direction. But actually, I was doing the same thing except for tolerating men who were bums, you know? So getting, I don't want to get ahead of myself because I know you guys, you know, want to do this strategically, but I said, oh, this, what?
You're good. No, keep going.
I know I'm over here like looking at the questions. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we already went through that.
Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, so you know it's crazy, you know, growing up in, you know, low income housing and, you know, wanting to like the little guys that want to be rappers because that's like the only way out. They're not going to school, you know, there's no chance of them going to college. So everybody, like all the minorities, they want to be rappers. And so the same thing was for me. I didn't want to be a rapper. I wanted to be able to make money very quickly so I don't have to live like my mother. So when in doing that, again, I told you I had a baby at 17. A couple of years after that, at 19, I went to federal prison, you know, because I was involved with a big time drug dealer. And while I was incarcerated for those 5 years, so I went to prison in 2001 and I came home in 2006. And my daughter was being raised by my mother and the guy that her father, they were just like tag teaming, you know. summers, fall here, and I'm away doing 5 years. And while I was incarcerated, I'm like, I look back on my life and I'm like, I wasn't I wasn't a single parent with, I have 3 other siblings. So I wasn't the single mother or mother living on income house, living on food stamps and I wasn't the woman who had 4 kids and was living in low income housing. I was chasing the fast money, and it took me to prison for 5 years. So when I came home in 1996, because all I knew was hustling in the street, I had to come home and get some menial positions, washing dishes at a diner or making donuts or telemarketing. It was a trip, and it was, oh my God, it was just like the worst ever. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, damn, okay, before you went to prison, you was wearing mink coats. But look at you now, you home. And you gotta live you gotta go in the trenches, and you gotta figure it out. So
Kiki, you gonna make me read Wifey all over again. Y'all got to read Wifey. I might have to read the whole damn series all over again.
But see, Wifey Part 1 was based on my life. The only difference in that was that I went to prison. I didn't let the character in Wifey go to prison because I wanted to, continue on, with the series. But again, when I came home, I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do? You keep going from one dead end job to the next, and thank God he dropped it in my spirit to write Wifey, and I didn't look back from then.
Thank you. Thanks for not looking back. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
The reason I love the books, and I've told her story. She knows when I read the books, she probably don't read the books because I'm telling her about the books. I call and be like, girl. So now she in the hotel. And now she's stuck in the daggone closet and in a bathroom. The cops about to bust it. I be like really getting into it. I'll tell my son, like, oh my God. He's like, is it that good? Yes, it's that good. So I mean, it's just so real. But I'm definitely gonna have to start over. I'm thinking, did you have any questions that weren't related to this? Because I
just went through the whole bio, and I still have some other, I have so many stories to tell. It's ridiculous, but. Yeah. What you need to know? I'm right here. I'm an open book. What's going on?
Well, first I was going to save it to the end, but I think it's good for me to say this now. Just listening to you speak, I think you've gained a fan, and I haven't read the books yet. And so I think that just it's just good to see people, real people, tell real stories, and it's like it personifies things. Sometimes people hear oh, you went to jail and you came out, you couldn't find a job. And then that's a really humbling experience in itself that most people don't talk about. Even when it's you don't go to jail and you have to pick another job because your other job, you got fired or you quit. All of that's humbling. I mean, I moved to Atlanta and I felt like I was a secretary and I was working at Dominion Energy. And I was like, this is humbling. Okay. And so I can only imagine that. And so I think that the more people you're able to get your story out to, just your story, I'm already drawn to it. Okay, I was looking up making the art graphics. I'm like, oh, okay, I need to go back and read that one. Because I'm like, oh, wait, well, I'm trying to figure out what happened. What happened?
I have to make myself not buy her books. Lord forgive me. I'd be like, no, Kiki, not another book. No, I got to finish.
I think the reason why I haven't read them yet, with my sister telling me, is she said, it's she's basically with Netflix. I don't like her to tell me about what she's watching because I would like to find out myself. And we're both avid readers. So she kind of spoils it a little. And So, but now that I hear it from you, it's like, okay, maybe she hasn't told me everything, and I need to go back.
Right. Oh my God, girl, I got so many stories, and I'm grateful that I'm alive to tell them.
I don't want to cut you off. Do you base all of your storylines off of her? Off of you, of what you've gone through? No.
The Wifey series, I wrote that some years ago, and I'm grateful that I'm still getting royalty checks. Now they're not like huge royalty checks, but I still get money. And like your sister just said, I gained a new fan. So it's like when one of my readers posts my books online or their page, I got my order, thank you, you know, and then someone else will say, oh, I heard about her. Where can I get her books? You know, so I love the word of mouth thing. That's why I tell everyone who orders my books from my website to please, please, please post them on your page. You know, that's why I make them so cheap for them, you know, because you can't go to Amazon and get 4 or 5 books for $15. You understand what I'm saying?
I can get a credit from Audible.
And sometimes I'll do like a 10 book for like $40. 10 books for $40, and you don't have to pay shipping, you know. So I make my books reasonably cheap just so my readers can read it and they can get the word, because I'm more of a long-term person. Okay, I don't want to try to hit you in the head, you know, the first time, and you paying $100 for 5 books or whatever, and then I don't hear from you again. I want them to know that I appreciate them, and I don't want you to go out there and spend a whole lot of money on books. So that's why I price my books the way, you know, they are. And then, you know,
what turn that? Where was the turn in that? Because at some point, of course, you could, of course, you can still get your books in Walmart, right? Walmart and
Amazon, I think.
You can still get them in Amazon, or you can get them straight from Kiki. So, but before you couldn't get them from Kiki. So then it became Kiki started getting them, where you can get them straight from Kiki. That's when I came. Well, I've purchased them from everywhere, but when I saw with this deal, y'all, 5 for $20.
Is there an email list for people to sign up for when this deal drops again?
Well, my prices are like that every day.
Every day now.
Yeah. The 10 book for $40 or $35, that was like during the holidays. But now I have like 7 books for like $23. I have that going on right now. It's on All Things with the S, KikiSwenson.com. All Things KikiSwenson.com. So, but anyway, yeah, you can still get my books from Barnes and Noble, but you know, because of the COVID, people are not really going to stores and buying books, you know. So the sales have slowed down in stores because, like, really, it's not what they call it. It's a non-essential store or whatever. Yeah, so that's why I've been pumping them real hard for people, you know, because I know how the financial situations are, you know, for people right now. So sometimes I'll say, hey, you know, just pay shipping and I'll send you 2 books for free, you know. So I want to make my books available to everyone so they can read it and, you know, have some entertainment and then, you know, get to know me, you know, because a lot of the books that I've written, I've either lived it or I know someone who went through it and I saw it firsthand. You know, my life, the only thing I've never done was, like, I've never been on drugs and I've never been a hoe. You know, when I used to mess with like drug dealers back in the day, they knew what it was, you know, and I wouldn't mess with one now, but back in the day, I'm like, you know, 18, 19, 20 years old. Like I said, I didn't want to be like my mother. You know, and I told you before I went to prison, I'm wearing mink coats and driving Benzes and stuff. And then I come home 5 years later and I'm in the back of a diner washing freaking dishes. Do you know how demeaning that was? So I had to be like, look, girl, you got to do something, because I was accustomed to a certain lifestyle, but it didn't start overnight. My first book, Mad Shambles, I wrote that while I was incarcerated. Mad Shambles. And I finally got up the gumption to print it on my own. So in 1999, I printed that book. Girl, so I probably sold about 600 or 700 copies, and that was it. Girl,
I was like, that's a lot. Listen, if 5 people read my blog, I'd be like, woo! Oh my gosh, y'all read the blog. If 2 people tune into this, I'm happy.
Look, I needed some money. I had bills to pay, and back then rent was $500 a month. Lord, I wish it was like that again. You understand what I'm saying?
That's 3 times less than what I pay for this box I'm living in. Okay,
Yes.
this is all. My bed is back there. Okay.
You know, so I had to get my grind on, and my grandmother helped me. She invested it, with me. I ain't gonna front. I was so happy about the income tax checks, girl, back in 1999 and 98. Girl, so I took some of that and put it towards my book, and I sold them out the trunk of my car. I only sold like 600 or 700 copies, and that's it. And when I'll never forget it, I went to a bookstore in Delaware with my book, Mad Shambles. And he says to me, he was like, hey, didn't you tell me you did time in prison? And I said, yeah. He said, what was you locked up for? I said, trafficking drugs. And it was conspiracy because I hadn't gotten caught with the drugs in my hand. What happened was I would recruit people to go and pick up drugs. I used to do it myself, like going to New York, and I used to come back on the Greyhound bus station. But then as, we got big, buying 1 and 2 or 3 kilos of cocaine, I wasn't going to take it by myself. So I used to recruit people. And I'll never forget, we had, I recruited this chick and her boyfriend to go get the drugs. So they took a flight to Florida, but they had to drive back. I took a flight down there too because I had to pick it up. So when I picked it up, I gave it to them. Okay, the second time, everything was good. Okay, we paid them for doing that. But then I don't know if it was the 3rd or 4th time, they decided they want to drive back from Florida, and they got pulled over, and they told on me, my man, everybody, and that's how I got the conspiracy charge. That's how I got the conspiracy charge. So. But I didn't know that they were investigating us, but they were. So like for like the next 6 to 9 months, they were investigating us. And here I am thinking that, okay, they were locked up. Both of them were. And I just thought that we were sending money to like their family to get a lawyer and stuff. And I'm thinking that everything is cool. Until like 8 months later, the feds kicked in my house in Virginia. Now, mind you, they were busted in Georgia. So they did like they had to do the task force, the narcotic task force. But because we were out of state, that's when the feds came in, because they, going from state to state. So they made it federal. So to make a long story short, that's what happened, So to be on the street one day and got money, you can do whatever you want to with it, and then to go to jail and you got to take a shower in front of a seat, a CO, and it was crazy. It was crazy, and I just thank God that when I came home, not as soon as I came home, but a few years later, God allowed me to come up with something so I could make some good money. And like I said, when I went to the book signing, the guy said, hey, what happened? So I gave him that story. He said, why don't you write a book about your life? He said, you heard of Terry Woods? And I said, no. I looked her up. He was like, yeah, she got a book out called True to the Game. And she was doing good. So that's what prompted me to write my book, Wifey. And who knew that several months later, after it was released, that it was going to be a big hit, and that was it. I ain't look back. I said, "The hell with telemarketing, customer service. I'm looking forward. I'm getting the hell up out of here. I'm gonna holler at y'all. All right."
But you know what? I was gonna tell you while you were talking. I think I was in college, and if my best friend is watching, please let me know when was Wifey? What year was Wifey? When was Wifey?
It was 2000, 2001 or 2002.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I was at Virginia State, and to be very honest, I think when I started reading it, and you are being very transparent, and I appreciate it. So therefore, I will be very transparent. I was the girl. I was the good girl. And we come from a middle class family, but I was the girl that dated the drug dealers. I was okay with that, and I was okay. I thought, like you said, I thought it was okay. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was okay. And then I had, of course, gotten over that, went to college, but reading your book made me realize so many things. Like, no, this ain't it. You get what I'm saying? This ain't it. He's starting to say these different things. It's real cool that he can give you this, this, and that, but you about to be, because it's funny, I've told my sister stories of things that I've done or things I've seen. And at the age of 17 and 18, you'd be surprised the things that you were a part of and sitting around. And I'm so blessed that nothing went down.
That you didn't get caught up. That you didn't get caught up in it.
I never did anything wrong. To me, in my head, I was just there, right? I'm just here. But that could have changed my whole path, my whole journey. And so I think reading your books was just like, one, a wake-up call. Two, I'm like, damn, this is good, because she's gonna catch somebody else out there who's probably doing it right now. Like, in the midst of it. So, I thank you for that, and continuing to do that, because your characters, my homegirls, my best friends, all of us can relate to them in some way, shape, or form. And so you read stuff and you're like, I can't really relate. This is good. But to be able to relate, and I love Wifey, because Wifey, for anybody who don't know, Wifey is in Norfolk. Like, you're reading it, and she's like, she's on Tidewater Drive. You're like, oh my God, Tidewater Drive.
Yes, you remember the car wash across the street from Norfolk State?
From Norfolk State.
And then there was car wash. The Jamaican restaurant, Goldie's, or the Tropics on Girl.
So when you're reading it, you're in it, and you almost see it, because you're from all of us from the area. You're just in it, and it's just amazing. I had all these questions for Kiki. It don't even matter anymore. I feel like I'm just so glad I have people texting me like, "And what book should I get first?" So get whatever book, y'all. Whatever book.
Wait, several things. First, we want to make sure we get to the questions. There was a question that says, is there going to be a part 7 to Cheaper to Keep Her?
I haven't started.
I think people want a part 7. I mean,
really?
That's what they said. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna do a 7, but I'm gonna cut it off there, because I've seen some reviews like, oh my God, I love it. But then I've also seen reviews where, when is she going to stop it? Okay, the series is over.
That's a hater.
And I'm like, okay, they don't want a 7. All right. The 6 was good, but okay, just leave it there. No more. And I had one that said, what did they say? It was good, but she just need to just go ahead and let it go or something.
Damn.
Look, I'm like, okay.
Next time somebody sends you a message like that, you send them my email address. Say, please reply.
I think it was on Amazon or something.
Oh.
Yeah. I think she just dragging this out. It was good, but I feel like she's dragging it out or something like that. It was something to that. It was something.
Kiki, like, I got other stories. I don't have to keep dragging this out. Okay.
Listen. I've written over 47 books, and I put that in my journal. It's a page where you see all my books. And I started counting it. I said, damn, I wrote what? 48. I'm like, damn, where all these books come from? I wrote that.
I
Girl,
tell you, it's bad. It's a problem. I can only imagine because I have to stop buying. So I can only imagine how you feel. When's the movie coming? There has to be a movie, Kiki.
girl, listen. A couple of years ago, I was so freaking excited. We had Netflix. Well, it was an executive that works content for Netflix, and we started on Playing Dirty. When we went to have a screening, one of the execs said we need to replace one of the actors, and they wanted us to do something over, and we did it. And then it was like the person who was our contact was no longer there. So we around here trying to get other people that we know, to, get it to them. Girl, it just stalled us because we needed more funding to finish Playing Dirty. And I was bummed out. And just like fast forward back to 2009, Kenya Barris. I know people say she dropping names. Kenya Barris, he wrote the series Grownish and Blackish. Me and him was like this. Back in 2009, he and I were negotiating a deal with HBO for Wifey. Girl, that fell apart. Because, I said, look, because the manager and my agent couldn't freaking get along. Two chicks. I think I cried for like 3-4 damn weeks. I'm still not over that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, come on, y'all. So that's why what I did was I started the web series called How I Became Wifey, because Wifey is going to take some dough to make it look real good, and I don't want one of those cheap, what they call it, money violence and stuff. You seen that on YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't want nothing cheap like Wifey. I've sold over 1.2 million of that series, and that has to be on point. So what
did you think about True to the Game? Didn't they read it? Because do you think they did that right, or do you think they could have did that?
I did. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it. The quality, the production quality was on point. But Manny, which is Keisha Cole's ex manager, he didn't have the budget to market it. I think it was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Had it in theaters, and when it was out, people didn't even know it was out until like 2 or 3 weeks later. So I don't want nothing like that. Listen, if I'm gonna do something, I want it to be marketed. I want to do premieres. I want all that. So and that's the thing with Wifey. Like I really want this thing to be done right. So what I've done was in the interim, I started my web series called How I Became Wifey. So what that is, it's a little small web series, 4 and 5 minutes apart, each web series, each episode. And I talk about it's self-explanatory, how I became wifey. So it's all the things that I did before I got with that big time drug dealing court. So I used to steal clothes. I used to rob guys. So my web series, those episodes, you'll see something that I did crazy and I walked away. Thank God he saved my life, because I was just as silly as hell, So, and when you see these episodes, those are things that actually happened to me before I got with the big time drug dealer and went to prison. And in this web series, I was like 17, 18 years old doing crazy shit, So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build an audience around that and build up the hype and the momentum and get a buzz going. So when I get a chance to talk to another exec, they'll take me serious and they'll take Wifey on because they see what happened for me to become Wifey. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a segue. And that's why I'm doing How I Became Wifey.
So we have this 10-week writing challenge thingamajiggy. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Because I can't wait.
I said I wanted to do it.
It hasn't started yet. I don't think we've missed it.
No, it hasn't started yet. The journals are going to be up for sale by the end of the month. I'll have them back in by then. And what we're going to do is whoever buys one, I'm thinking about throwing a t-shirt in there too. I don't know. But when the journals go on sale, everyone get theirs. And then classes start like the following week. So we're going to do a 1 hour class every single week for 10 weeks. And in that journal of mine, I got like little passages. I'll tell the reader to, like I said, what did I said, I gave a little story on one of them, and I said, hey, I did this and I did this. Have you ever been through something like that? So basically what I want them to do, I want you guys to get in the mode of writing a story about yourself, because everybody really wants to write a book about their life. So I'm giving them tools so they can learn how to write their feelings in the journal, and then the more they write, the better and easier it will become. So like the first assignment is going to say, write a story, but each word has to start with the letter of the alphabet. So just say, after baseball, after baseball, then something C, then something D. Yes, that's going to be the first exercise. So you can get in the mode of writing. And this will make, and this is key, because it will make you think what the next word would be that will correlate with the words before. So I'm really excited about this. We're going to have so much freaking fun. It's going to be crazy. Like, I'm like, look, can you do this, please? And I'm like, did you guys? It's gonna be like a Zoom class, and it's gonna be really, really fun. It's gonna be fun.
Well, we'll be there. So
yeah.
And half of the people up here gonna be, look at the comments are blowing up. Everybody said they're gonna be there.
Oh, thank you guys.
So is it too late to sign up?
No. You gotta buy the journal.
Yeah, you gotta buy the journal, and then the classes will be free.
So just make sure you're following Kiki somewhere on social media so that you guys will know when. But I'm just going to repost everything going forward. And I'm going to make Netflix or somebody pick up this wifey series if it's the last thing I do on this earth. I told Kiki I was going to push it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Oh, but guess what we're doing, though? We're getting ready to go to Atlanta, and we're going to do Sticky Situation.
Ooh.
My probation officer, messing with the guy,
Oh, Shantina in the comments, she loves that book. Sticky Situation. She loves
Situation. We get ready to do that one.
Okay. So yeah, we're definitely gonna push. Danielle, anything? Oh wait, underrated Black urban literature. Why do you think Black urban literature is so underrated?
Because we're not supporting each other.
Just like that, right? Just that simple.
Yeah, we're not supporting each other.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's it. Look, she just told you. Y'all better support. It's really nothing else to it. So do you feel like the readers aren't supportive enough in terms of buying the books, or you feel like it's author to author? Do you feel like it's, you know what I mean? Where do you think the problem is, or overall everyone?
I think it's both, because not all of us can write a book.
Right.
So I know that there's a lot of Black people out there supporting each other, and there is a lot of trash out there. And I've noticed doing book signings, someone to come in, oh, I heard about you, and they'll get a book, but then they're also going to get a book by a white author, or they'll say, I'm getting this here for my sister because she loves you, but they're buying something else.
Right. So we have a little game for you before we go. So it's our producer thought this. It's actually kind of fun. Dan, you want to start?
She's a fan of yours as well. Listen, my life is filled with Kiki Swenson fans, apparently. Okay, so I guess we're supposed to choose between, we ask her which character? How the game? Listen, Kiki. I have a little sister syndrome. I just don't read text messages in its entirety, so that's why I'm with her. So which character do you prefer? Lanice from Cheaper to Keeper, or Kira from Wifey series?
Kira from Wifey series.
Why? I guess I need to find out. Now I'm like, what?
I was like, I don't want to ask that because she's gonna pick Kira.
Because it was about my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if you would have said something like, I have a series out also called New York's Finest.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew the character's name her name is Naomi. And I knew a couple of women who used to be flight attendants because I used to get my flights, you know, back in the day. And they were literally like, back in the day, they weren't checking suitcases and duffel bags and stuff, you know, going through the airport. So, and her name wasn't Naomi. She had another name, but anyway, I knew her. She was my friend. She hooked us up on flights and everything. She was had Coke, like big containers of Coke coming through the airport on her flight. So that's where New York's Finest came in, because I knew a chick who got busted and was doing that. Yeah, so I like her too. Like, I like her better than Lenise and Cheaper to Keeper, because Lenise was doing some stupid stuff, you know. And Naomi, she pretty much, you know, she got her finger on the pulse of how to get that bread.
She was strategic.
Yeah, she was. She was.
Okay, what's the next one, Danielle?
Beloved versus Color Purple.
Color Purple. All day long.
Okay. Roots versus Malcolm X.
Roots.
Okay. Storm, Luke Cage. Am I reading this right, Tasha?
I think so.
Okay, versus Blade or Black Panther.
Who? What was the name of it?
Is it Storm versus Luke Cage, Tasha?
I don't know. Oh yeah, it is Storm.
Oh, Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Blade versus Black Panther.
Blade is with Wesley Snipes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I like Luke Cage. Were all three of them together?
No, we supposed to do Blade versus Black Panther. Which one you like?
Oh, okay. See, I didn't read that right.
I'm gonna say Black Panther.
That's good. That's a good pick. I don't. You know, I'm not a big fan of Wesley.
Yeah. I used to love it back in the day when it first came out, though, that series. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One more. The Help versus Hidden Figures.
I love The Help.
Me too.
You is kind. You is smart. You is. Oh, I love that. I was so mad when she did not get the Oscar for that role.
I know.
They gave it to Octavia, but she can act. But she carried that. Viola Davis, she did that. They finally gave her an Oscar when she did Fences with you know, but I love her. I can't wait till I'm speaking this into existence. She gonna produce one of my book series and she's gonna be in it.
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna speak that into existence.
Manifest that right here, all right here.
Yeah.
She's gonna have an amazing publicist. It's gonna be Tasha and Danielle.
That's right. That's right.
That is awesome.
I wanted you on my team anyway, Tasha.
You know I'm ready, girl. Well, I'm gonna be on your team whether you like it or not, because I'm about to repost everything. You're gonna be like, look, you see work for Kiki? Somebody be like,
you a mess.
But no, The Help is y'all know The Help. They play The Help on TV a lot.
Really?
I love it.
And I watch it like I've never seen it every time it's on. It's so good.
So since you like Viola Davis, did you see Ma Rainey's Black Bottom?
I did, and I didn't like all that damn makeup they put on her face.
Yeah.
She did not look like that.
I heard she gained so much weight.
That lady looked decent. Like they tried to play Viola. I'm hot about that. They tried to play Viola.
Yeah, I didn't really like that, y'all. I didn't love that movie too much.
Really? It was too short. Like, she was in the studio the whole damn time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when it was over, I was like, this is it? Real confused.
I was still looking at the screen. Yeah. The credits was rolling. I was like, is Netflix going to be like, yes, you still watching? Stay there. We'll be back shortly.
It was a mess, y'all. It was a mess. other questions you got for Kiki Dan before we let her go?
This
won't be the last time, y'all.
This is the last question. So my sister introduced me by telling me, so I started reading Sister Soldier books, and she was like, if you like Sister Soldier, you'll love her books. So Sister Soldier is coming out with a new book.
I saw it.
I can't remember what it's called, but what do you think? I mean, are you a Sister Soldier fan? Are you interested in it coming out?
Is it really a sequel to the Curtis Winter Ever?
Yeah.
That is a sequel to it that's coming out. When I'm writing, I don't read other people's books.
Okay.
Never do.
Have you ever read the it's called Life After Death? Have you ever read Curtis Winter Ever?
No. Because I'm always writing.
Oh my gosh, that is so interesting.
Yeah.
I bet other people are like that too, other writers.
Yeah.
When I was incarcerated, I read a lot of books. But it was more so white authors. The first Black author I ever read was Terry McMillan, Disappearing Acts, when I was incarcerated. And but that's when it came out. And then I started from there. I started reading like Iceberg Slim and the other guy, Donald Goins. But other than that,
okay. I was just itching to ask that because I was like, okay, Tasha told me I'm supposed to read this next.
Maybe that's the Coldest Winter Ever was like, of course, I grew up on white authors. So, I mean, I was a reader, so I read tons of white authors. But then here comes Sister Soldier with this big fat book,
right?
Damn pages, and I'm like, oh.
But let me tell y'all, one time I let somebody read Sister Soldier in high school, and we had stopped being friends, me and the girl. And I was like, listen, you don't have to be friends no more, but I gotta get my book back.
Okay.
I was like, put it in the mailbox. Thank you.
I brought you a book. You should have told me.
Oh my goodness. For your followers, let them know that all things KikiSwenson.com, I have a lot of deals going on right now. I have like 4 books for like $15, and just go up there and I sign all my books.
Yes, my mom put in the comments, she bought a book recently, a couple of months back, and you signed her book. She was so excited. She was like, look. I was like,
oh, I see it at the bottom. All things Kiki Swenson. Girl, go ahead.
Girl, we know how to do it over here. Girl. You gotta stick with us.
We got you, girl. But yes, I will post her website and all her stuff on our ORNOT podcast page on Facebook, everybody. Kiki, thank you so much. This won't be the last. We love you so much.
Thank
you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Oh my gosh, that was so good. So good. So good. So good. So good. Wasn't that so good? Like, hold on. This is the conversations that we have after the podcast, but we might as well have it now. This was so good.
Listen, right? When I said something about me dating drug dealers, here goes your face. You like this.
I was like, Mama might be very transparent. Somewhat. Hashtag real life.
Hashtag true story.
Hashtag true story. Hashtag welcome to my crib, MTV Cribs. I mean, it was just too much for me. I wasn't prepared.
I mean, because I had to tell the truth.
No, you did. I appreciate your transparency.
Everything. She was extremely transparent.
And my creative gears were just going. So we're just gonna have to talk now. We have to be on her team.
No. She said she want to work. So we just,
oh my gosh, she's amazing.
I'm gonna have to do it.
Oh wait, is there a banner down there? Yes, girl, that's a minor thing. BHPA does this. Yes.
No, that was everything. I told you the story.
Yeah, I know, but it was so much better to like hear. You don't ever get to hear like your authors talk about where the characters come from and stuff like that. So I think that it was like a little platter.
Why? Look at the comments.
Buy it up, y'all. Buy it up so the more people buy it, she'll want to work with us.
Buy a bundle, everybody.
If somebody would like to gift me, and typically I don't ask for gifts, but if anybody would like to gift me, I'm gonna drop my email address and then send you my address.
Anybody gifting Elle a bundle? Just
Listen, because Elle, I'm saving for a dog, and it's tough.
Shout out to our producer.
Yes.
Tina did a phenomenal job with helping us put this together. I told her what I wanted to do, who I wanted to bring on the show, and she pulled a whole bunch of questions out of nowhere. I don't even know how she does it. She does it. And so we really appreciate it. Yeah, we really appreciate it because, believe it or not, behind the scenes, it's kind of difficult to get all this to look the way it does. So, we do a lot of work, but with Marquita on the staff, on our hot topics, and Shantina as a producer to give us that extra creative mind, it's really looking good. So season 3 is looking up, y'all.
And if you're a reader and you love books, Shantina actually has an Instagram. She doesn't ever post herself, but she posts all the time about YA books, and that's young adult books for those who don't know. But we had a try at a book club. It didn't really work out. We're gonna work on it. We'll get back to that. But you should follow her on Instagram. I think it's the _reading_Esquire or something like that. Is that right, Tasha?
Put in Reading Esquire. It should come up.
So she is a good source to follow if you're looking for some YA books, and she's a great she's been a great addition to our team along with Marquita. And look at you guys staying on for overtime. Yeah. This is like Steph Curry overtime buzzer beater. Fade away.
Okay.
They
like, okay.
All right, y'all. It was a great show. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with us. I decided to bring that back just for today because I forgot to use what I was going to say. Once again, pour into others so that they can pour out to other people, something like that. Y'all got it. Just pour into people. So we
pour and drink water, y'all. We need to push that. Water? Yes, I want people to drink more water.
Listen, you had a chance to have your Mac moment. You decided to opt out of that today. So
that's because people were climbing up the Capitol. I thought
Listen, Linda, we're gonna shut this whole thing down. And bam, y'all have a good week. Be prosperous. That's a good song, Prosperous. I'll post it to it.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.
See you next Monday, dogs. Bye.